866-7431.
What would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song. I will try not to sing out of key. Yeah. Oh, baby,
Talk about bringing back memories. On the line, we have Dan Lauria. He was the dad in The Wonder Years, consummate actor. His legacy spans years. And now, Dan, you really had your start in theater, right?
Yeah. 57 plays. Were you listening?
I was definitely listening.
Oh,
I was letting Dan tell a story. Thank you, Larry. Jeez.
Hey, Dan, I want to thank you for being in our military also.
Yeah, you a sergeant in the Marines.
Captain.
A captain.
Yeah. When I got out.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I salute you.
Well, now, Dan, one of the most favorite kind of times of our show is when callers get to call in and talk to our guests and ask questions. Right now, we do have Gary on the line that has a question for you, Dan. Hang in there just 1 second.
I hope you have your bulletproof vest on.
Gary's good with these questions. Gary, you're on with Dan Lauria.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, Gary.
Brian. Hey, Dan. This is Gary. How are you?
Hi, Gary.
And
I can barely hear
I
you.
just wanted to congratulate you on starring in a brand new sitcom. Hopefully, it'll be a smash hit.
Oh,
Just
your
like
lips to heaven.
From among many others. And I have a question. What was it like working with Sharon Gless for 5 episodes of Cagney and Lacey?
Oh, I loved working with Sharon and Tyne. You know, I did one episode with Sharon, and she said, "You're going to be coming back." And I said, "Well, they never bring back an actor, and this character would never come back." And she said, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And the same year, I came back to do a character with Tyne, and I did 5 episodes with Tyne.
Wow.
Wow.
The girls were great. I never enjoyed working with people as much as I did with them. And they're just such real pros and pleasant to be with. And we had so much fun, too, you know. So I really enjoyed that.
Any other questions, Gary?
Yes. Of all the other actors, what did you think of the great Harry Morgan, who understood groundbreaking television nearly than everybody else? Nearly like everybody else.
Well, you know, people who know the history of I never got to work with Mr. Morgan. I wish I had. But the people who know the history of our business, I don't think there was a movie made after World War II all the way through the 60s that didn't have Harry Morgan.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, he's the epitome of those great actors like Barton McLean and, you know, Edmund O'Brien. They were just movie after movie after movie, and it's a shame that people like that have been forgotten. I mean, I'm glad we have MASH and it runs, but people really want to see Harry Morgan. You got to watch him.
Was he in the era with like Michael Gleason and all those character actors, Lockhart?
Yeah, I know Gene Lockhart, James Gleason, all those guys came up through those ranks, and you know, he never became that supporting actor who got a lead once in a while, like a Dan Dorrier or anything. But he was constantly worked, and you know, MASH was just one of 4 TV series he did.
You know, now that you were on this, I want to ask you a question because I think the world would like to know what happened to all of our great character actors. Those guys are gone, but they weren't replenished.
I know, because the movies have very few supporting roles anymore, and it's especially bad for women. You know, nowadays you have the lead guy, the lead girl, and maybe one good friend for each. But in the old days, you know, for every Gary Cooper, they had a Barbara Stanwyck. For every Clark Gable, they had a Joan Crawford. But it was even the same way for supporting actors. You know, for every Harry Morgan, you had a Gail Strickland, you know, Sundergaard, Una Merkel. You could go down the list. Eve Arden. Those people were constantly there because the old guys knew that there were just as many women out there buying tickets as there are men. And why we've let it go to, it's a 7-to-1 ratio now. 7 male roles for every female role.
And now we've got these reality shows with these dopes that can't act and have no talent that are blowing bubbles.
Well, I don't know why the stockholders are complaining. You can't get any residual value out of a reality show.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's pathetic.
So the stockholders should be going through the roof. I mean, if I had an hour and a half of television, I would try 3 sitcoms, and if they failed, I'd try 3 more the second half of the year. And if one of them becomes Seinfeld, you made more money than any reality show will ever make.
Absolutely.
Yeah, perfect. What's that old saying? Just keep throwing it till one of them stick on the wall.
That's right.
I'm gonna vote for you.
Well, yeah, Dan, you bring up a great point. It seems that a lot of short-sightedness may be on the part of TV producers nowadays. They're looking to save that money on production.
They're blind.
Well, again, it's because nobody's name's on it, and they know they're only going to be there a few years. But whereas the Fred Silverman, the Brandon Tartikoff, people that Larry and I worked with, they were there for a long run. They weren't looking to rob the bank and leave. They were there to create a product that would have their name on it, would last long after they're gone. You know, I mean, everybody should have. I was very fortunate. I got to sit with Fred Silverman was actually on the board of our reading series. You know, and I actually one day got to sit with Jose Ferrer and Sheldon Leonard. And to hear those people talk, you wonder, how did the business get to where it is today? Sheldon Leonard told me a great thing. I'll never forget it. He said, there are no bad ideas. Who's writing it, and what is the chemistry of the actors? He goes, what's the worst TV show you ever saw? I said, I don't know. My mother-in-law, The Car. He goes, Talking Car. 5 years later, Knight Rider. Talking Car.
That's genius.
God bless Sheldon Leonard.
That's great.
Yeah.
Who's writing it? What's the chemistry? All his shows were rejected. You know, I have a show about show business. No, won't work. But I got Sid Caesar's writers. Won't work. But I got this guy, Dick Van Dyke, just won a Tony Award. Won't work. But back then, you could go to a sponsor and buy a half hour.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays that's gone. You know?
It's so sad.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, we wish you all the luck in the world with Sullivan and Son, and we enjoy you so much.
You were a lot of fun, Dan. I'm telling you, I think the world is going to appreciate this.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for plugging Sullivan and Son. I hope it brings a few laughs.
We love Sullivan and Son.
We love it.
God bless you.
Take care.
Guys, be sure to check out Sullivan and Son. Check out your local listings for showtimes, and keep an eye out for Dan Lauria. Of course, we all appreciate Dan. We love him. We're glad you could join us on the show today, Dan. Guys, stick around. More great stuff here on the PM Show with Larry and Nancy Manetti right after these messages.